step in. Who you checking? It's FN shooting stuff. West End.
Got me fucked up. You can suck my left nut. What was you thinking?
Y'all were in there, bro. So shut the fuck up. Exactly right. Y'all weren't in there. People are fucking dying. I want to save somebody's life. That's somebody's kid.
Two hands to the sky.
I want to save them.
Two hands to the sky. Two hands up, y'all. Two hands up. Y'all know what y'all came to do. Chase me, let's go. Chase me, let's do it. Just bring your girl, feel like she go by. Your black nigga run to the ocean. Just the one with
We was like literally like in fucking hell, bro. Like it felt like we was in a concert in hell. You couldn't breathe. You couldn't see. Like just imagine all the people they gonna find tonight who was in that crowd, who nobody could see, who nobody could hear, who passed out, and everybody was just trampling on top of them the whole fucking concert. Like I'm thinking it's probably gonna be like at least 100 people who dead tonight. Like I kid you not. Like in the VIP section, it was so many bodies laid out. People was getting pulled out who was fainted. And the people were the medics were trying to give them CPR, and they was flipping them over, and like they was literally turning black and blue. Like I never seen death in my fucking life, bro. Just by me alone, it was probably like 10 fucking people laid out dead. And like once the medics tried to help them, they wasn't responding. They moved to the next person. It was nothing they could have do. Like this shit really fucked me up and like really spooked me tonight. Like that was like some demonic shit. Like, and what was so crazy, like people were screaming help, trying to tell Travis Scott. They was like help. The whole crowd was just going like help, help, help. And he just kept going, bro. It was like, that shit was scary, bro. It was so demonic, bro. And mind you, y'all see the type of music I make. Y'all see everything, like, you know, like I've been so heavily influenced by Travis, but like after tonight, bro, like God really showed me, like, you know, like stay away from that shit, bro. Like that shit not for you, because like he sacrificed so many people's lives tonight, like for real. Like so many people's lives are gone tonight because they want to go to a fucking Travis Scott concert and have fun. You know, he influenced people to be raging and all this shit. So many people broke in and it was just chaos, bro. It was a living fucking hell, bro. Imagine seeing all those dead bodies, and that was
What's good, my little community? Welcome back to another lovely, beautiful, sexy, amazing video with the equally lovely, equally beautiful, equally sexy, and equally amazing lit tie. You already know what time it is. Now let's go. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Now, I always knew that the Ragers were a crazy bunch of rapscallions, but when I see videos like this one, you just know that things have gone a bit too far. What are we talking about today? We're talking about Travis Scott, the ASTROWORLD Fest, and how allegedly over 8 people have been left dead from the crazy scenes that took place at the festival. And we're going to break this down in way more detail, but you already know what you got to do. You just got to like, comment, subscribe to be up to date. If time drop a banger like this one, and hit that noti, because you're in the nitty, so you can be the first to know when one of these videos comes out. And without further ado, let's say an RIP and a quick moment of silence for everyone who lost their lives at this festival. My prayers and condolences go out to the families and everyone that was involved, because that is just such a tragedy. So I'm going to give them a quick moment of silence. Now let's get into it. So just to break down this entire situation, in case you haven't been keeping up with what's been going on, Travis Scott hosted his annual ASTROWORLD Festival yesterday. He even brought out Drake. It was crazy. However, it seems that it was a bit too crazy, as the levels of mosh pitting were so mad that it led to the deaths of at least 8 people, and over 100 people were quite badly injured. And sadly, it seems that reports are coming in saying that some of the people who died were as young as 10 years old. According to the reports, Travis Scott had to actually stop his performance multiple times when he spotted fans at the front of the stage that were in a bit of distress. So it does seem like he tried to do his best to try and mediate the situation, but it seemed like he didn't actually know how bad it was there. Like, it was getting to the point where the whole festival should have just been stopped. Fire department chief had this to say: "The crowds began to compress towards the front of the stage and people began to panic. As the crush began causing injuries to people, the panic grew." I'm assuming that this was at the point where either Travis Scott came out or when he brought on Drake, because either one of those is just like a monumental time within itself. And then, as you can see from the video that I put at the start of this one, medical emergency vehicles came into the crowd to try and get the people who'd been hurt or the people who were unconscious back to safety. However, the fans just did not give a shit. They were jumping on the ambulance car, and it actually looks like they were preventing them from leaving to safety. And I don't want to sound like an old head, but that is just absolutely despicable behavior. Like, if you can see an ambulance trying to lead people out, I'm sorry, but there's just no excuse for you. I don't care what song was playing. I don't care if Butterfly Effect is playing. I'm not doing that. Further reports have now said that there's over 300 people that were treated for injuries like cuts and bruises, and it's just absolutely insane news. The second day of Astroworld has, of course, been cancelled. But now it seems that Travis Scott has actually responded. He's finally broken his silence with this to say: "I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. My prayers go out to the families and all those impacted by what happened at Astroworld Festival. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life. I am committed to working together with the Houston community to heal and support the families in need. Thank you to the Houston PD Fire Department and NRG Park for their immediate response and support. Love you all." This video is probably going to be the full story of what happened at the Astroworld Fest, because I'm just getting more and more information coming in as I'm actually making this video, so I'm updating you live-o. But now we have a new source that said that someone in the crowd went crazy and began injecting people with some sort of drug, which started to cause the panic and then a surge within the crowd, and that could have been what led to the 8 people that died getting trampled on and suffocating from the crazy mosh pits, because apparently people were trying to get away from whoever it was that was injecting people with drugs. Now, sadly, we have more information on the actual people who died. Of the 8 who died, their ages were 14, 16, 2 are 21, 2 are 23, and 1 is 27. And one's age is unknown. I'm guessing the one that's unknown is the 10-year-old, so boy. Family members of the 6 of the victims have been notified already. 25 people were transported to the hospital. 13 are still hospitalized, including 5 who are under the age of 18. 4 of the 25 have been released from hospital. No one has been reported missing. There were 528 officers who provided security and another 755 people from private security that Live Nation had at the festival. And yet, all of this still happened. This is crazy, man. RIP to everyone who lost their life, man. The concert should be a place where you go to have fun, and you shouldn't even be having to go through that. I shouldn't even be reporting on this story right now, but crazy. Internet is already labeling Travis Scott as a villain and saying that he needs to be held liable for everything that happened, because Travis Scott is always edging his fans on to be wild and crazy. And I saw someone on Twitter say that there was one time where Travis encouraged one of his fans to jump off a balcony, and then that fan landed on the floor and ended up being paralyzed for life, which I hear it, but come on, man. Like, come on. I don't think I can give Travis the whole blame for that. Like, the guy knew what he was doing if he's jumping off a balcony. Like, come on. I can't give Travis all the blame for that. And I don't know if I can give him all the blame here, because it's not technically his fault that people went crazy and whatever. And if people were injecting people with drugs, then again, that's definitely not his fault. But even if it just came from people getting too crazy to his music, he doesn't really have much control over that. And I really don't think that he understood how bad it was down there, because it's not like he can really see. He did the best he could when he could see that people were struggling, but I don't know if he saw that people were actually dying and couldn't breathe and all this and that. And we still don't know the full details of the situation to even make that judgment thus far. So for now, I don't think we can hold anyone liable as of yet. Okay, sorry, this is a little interjection. I rarely ever do this, but I know you just heard me say that it's not Travis Scott's fault, but I've just seen the videos now of people telling him to stop the show and he wasn't stopping the show, and telling his cameraman to stop the show and he wasn't stopping the show. And I've seen a video of him robot dancing while someone is being given CPR, and he is clearly in a vision where he could clearly see that that person was getting CPR and he didn't stop the show. So I can't lie, Travis, it's not looking good for you, man. I can't support you, man. After what I've seen, man, I don't know. It's looking a bit sticky for you, man. It looked like you were just not caring and you weren't giving a shit. And I was willing to give you the benefit of the doubt before, that maybe you didn't see what was going on. Maybe you didn't know how bad it was. But now I've seen that you saw, and you just kind of turned a blind eye towards it. Probably thought it wasn't as bad as I thought. So ignore what I just said. Travis Scott has to take at least 50% of the blame, or maybe 12%. I don't know. Yeah, 50. We'll go with 50. Yeah, a tragedy occurred at ASTROWORLD Festival, and it's a bit of a sticky one. But yeah, what do you think about this situation? Do you think that ASTROWORLD Festival needs to be permanently cancelled after this mishap? What are some of the crazy scenes that you've seen at a Travis Scott festival? And do you think that Travis Scott is responsible for what took place here? You let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 700 subs. You already know what time it is. You follow me on my personal IG at the only lit.ent. If you care about what I do, I'm not making these bangers for you. I post updates on Twitter as well, so you might as well follow me on there, because what else are you doing with your life? Absolutely nothing, mate. Stay black. And if you're not black, stay whatever race you are. I bet. Peace.
Oh, you ain't know I could sing?